I hope everyone is having a great day. But on the off chance that you're not having a great day, just find a little bit of confidence in knowing that you're doing better than Tim Walz, because Tim Walz decided to do the impossible and go on Fox News this Sunday morning. And unfortunately, he didn't do so hot. Tim Pool just tweeted this saying, "This is why liberals typically don't go on moderate and right wing shows. Tim Walz gets blown out by a live fact check." I love that, the idea that they can't go on these shows because they're going to get fact checked or they're going to get pushed back. I love how that is just so normal now and that we've accepted this. It's terrible. Look at this. We just had a young liberal cancel, and we know why. They can't handle facts. Wow, check this out.
I want to clarify what the law is there in Minnesota. Abortion Finder, a website that helps women find access, says abortion is legal throughout pregnancy in Minnesota. There is no ban or limit on abortion in Minnesota based on how far along in a pregnancy you are. You signed the bill that makes it legal through all 9 months. Is that a position you think Democrats should advocate for nationally?
Look, the vice president and I have been clear. The restoration of Roe versus Wade is what we're asking for.
But that law goes far beyond Roe v. Wade.
To make her own choice. The law is very clear. It does not change that. That was been debunked on every occasion.
But wait, let's agree. What you signed is there's not a single limit through 9 months of pregnancy. Roe had a trimester framework that did have limits through the pregnancy. The Minnesota law does not have that.
This puts the decision with the woman and her healthcare providers. The situation we have is when you don't have the ability of healthcare providers to provide that, that's where you end up with a situation like Amanda Zaworski in Texas, where they are afraid to do what's necessary. This doesn't change anything. It puts the decision back on to the woman, to the physicians. And we know that this is simply something to be brought up to be very clear. Donald Trump's asking for a nationwide abortion ban.
Wait, he has said that he said repeatedly that he will not sign a national abortion ban. Are you calling that just, it's a flat out lie?
Finally, somebody says it to these people. How many times are we going to hear this from the left? Pure propaganda. Are you kidding me? But thank goodness, finally someone presses back and to give them the truth, to deliver the news straight. President Trump repeatedly on every occasion has denounced Project 2025 and denounced that he wouldn't do that and that he is happy that this choice is now with the states. Man, my goodness.
Yes, of course. And Senator Vance has in the past said so too. Now, look, they may see this as an election issue. We see it as a right of women to make their own bodily decisions. And that's what the states like my state have the ability to put that in. States like Georgia force women to cross the border, and then we have a death of Amber Thurman. So let's be very clear. Trying to cut hairs on an issue on this is not where the American public's at. They want the restoration of Roe versus Wade. Vice President Harris said she would sign it. That's what we'll do when we're elected.
But to be clear, the Minnesota law is far beyond Roe v. Wade. And about the Amber Thurman case in Georgia, her family has, and it's tragic, she is a young mother who left behind a young son. But what her family has said is it was a complication from an abortion pill that she received. And she didn't get proper care when she went to a Georgia hospital, which had multiple opportunities to intervene there. Her own attorney, the family's attorney, says it wasn't the Georgia law, it was the hospitals. What he claims is malpractice, not treating her when she clearly showed up in distress and still had the byproducts of her pregnancy because of that rare complication from the abortion pill. So just to be clear on the Georgia law and how her family and her attorney sees it.
What a great interview with Shannon Bream. My goodness. I love seeing these people actually sit down with real reporters, real journalists, real people who will actually extract the information from these candidates into a digestible format for people like me and people like you to actually consume and then make an informed decision. I love this. And while Tim Walz is doing this, we have Kamala Harris. Not only she just went on Call Her Daddy. And I'm actually really happy about that. I'm personally not part of the audience that Call Her Daddy, is made for, right? It's a primarily woman-oriented podcast, but nonetheless, I'm happy that she's doing it. Speaking of Kamala Harris, though, you guys have probably already seen this video, but this is absolute bonkers to me. The fact that Kamala Harris is in front of what seemingly thousands of people, she's reading off a teleprompter, and then her teleprompter goes out live. Look at this. Colin Rugg reports saying just in, Kamala Harris has no clue what to say after her teleprompter appears to stop working. Keeps repeating herself. This is like the most insane 49 seconds I've seen this election. The fact that Kamala Harris literally can't even improvise for a single minute terrifies the heck out of me. Are you kidding me? Look at this. You won't believe it. You could tell the exact moment that her lights go out. It is crazy.
Remember his number? 32. Today we got 32 days until the election.
And it's gone. And she literally doesn't know what to say. She doesn't have a clue. And she needs to have an original thought and communicate to people as if she's doing any other interview or just speaking to the press or speaking to a world leader if she actually becomes president of the United States. Look at this.
So 32 days. 32 days. Okay, we got some business to do. All right. 32 days. And we know we will do it. And this is going to be a very tight race until the very end. We are the underdog, and we know we have some hard work ahead.
I'm almost speechless over here. You know, like the more content that we consume from Kamala Harris, the more these moments actually gain some oxygen and people could see. I'm just flabbergasted. And I feel like I'm turning crazy by watching all these. I feel like this guy from his name's Charlie Day, I believe. And this is from an episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And there's this conspiracy theory episode where he's just like going crazy, trying to connect all the dots, saying like, "Oh, this is why I believe what I believe." And oh my goodness, this is how I feel every time I see this moment or these experiences from Kamala Harris, where she's just so 32 days, like whenever the lights just go out, like we've seen this time and again, and I just always feel like this guy. It is crazy. And you know what? I love that that more and more people, especially people around my age, are having these conversations and they're calling out Kamala Harris for this type of behavior and they're just demanding more out of this space. Check this out. This is from creator Mally Mouse. She says there's only one real option. Watch this.
Can someone explain to me how this is even up for debate? You have one candidate who gets stuck when her teleprompter breaks and repeats herself for like a full minute straight, saying absolutely nothing. Then you have her knucklehead communist VP that's proud to say he's friends with school shooters. Oh, and I am not done. This is the same cackling cunt that just sent $8 billion US taxpayer dollars to Ukraine, while apparently the victims of Hurricane Helene will only get $750 per family if they apply online and are approved. Oh yeah, and even though the Harris administration denied an interview with Dave Ramsey, they did manage to find time to do a Call Her Daddy podcast where they only talk about women's right to abortion. Whilst all of that was going on, Donald Trump decided he was going to be returning to Butler, Pennsylvania today for another rally in the same spot that he was attempted to be assassinated, and even went as far as to leave a tribute for the man that did lose his life that day. I don't think anyone could paint it any clearer than this. You're either voting for Donald Trump or you hate America.
You're either voting for President Trump or you hate America. My goodness. I love that this was only a minute long, but my goodness, this was packed out. And what a comparison. And I said this in yesterday's video. We have Kamala Harris who's dodging interviews, and then you have President Trump who's dodging bullets. I don't think it's I think the choice is clear. It's crazy. And look at this. Someone clarified and said, and the $750 has to be paid back or they lose their land. Unbelievable. Who knew? How many of you guys knew that the $750 that are going to the hurricane victims is actually a loan? That is insane. Philly Craft says the thing is the left openly hates America. That is, my goodness. Anyways, that's the video. Let me know which one of these conversations was your favorite. Tim Walz getting completely obliterated live on Fox News, or Kamala Harris going completely lights out in front of thousands of people at a rally because her teleprompter went out. And let me know if you're in agreement with this young woman on Twitter/X. Let me know what you think. I'm really excited to read all your comments later. And as always, hope you are having a great day, and I will see you all next. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching and listening. I appreciate your time so much, and I really hope you enjoyed this episode. If you'd like to support what we're building here, please like and subscribe. It means a lot, and it really helps us out. And if you want to see even more content from me, make sure to follow me on Instagram. I'm going to be sharing a lot more on there. Thank you so much. Have a good day, and I'll see you next time.